Hello again. Good day. Assalamu alaikum. Namaste. So Megan McBride coming live from nature. Got the green out. I remember being out here not too long ago, and there were literally no leaves on the trees. Of course, there was grass, but it's kind of a mystery though how the grass seemingly sticks around in some spots, but the leaves on the trees always roll out. But yeah, I rarely upload videos in the sense of just kind of talking directly to the people who maybe showing my page some love. So if you are watching this video and you show my page some support in the past, or you just coming past this for the first time, welcome. Again, I am Megan McBride. Please like the video, share, comment if you please. Feel free and subscribe. So I just figured I would begin to sort of give you guys a bit of who I am, my life is like, what I think about certain things going on, what I may have going on in my life, things that I'm attempting to accomplish, and of course, perhaps in the midst of doing that, perhaps we can grow in the sense of subscribers, whereas if there's a topic that's shared or covered, talked about, that perhaps you wouldn't mind sharing a video. Also, if there's something that you'd like me to talk about, subject you want me to cover, feel free. I did just upload Facts on Forgiveness Part 1. I'll be uploading Facts on Forgiveness Part 2 perhaps this Friday coming up. I may begin to upload videos perhaps twice a week, maybe Wednesday and Friday, something like that. We'll see. A few things I'd like to cover in this video will maybe be three things that I've learned in the last 3 years. As the birds are chirping, I also got a little sun in the background. It was a little cold out here, but now it's feeling pretty decent here in Chicago. But I like to start with nothing is a coincidence. Another way to say that is everything happens for a reason. While what I'm learning, without those just being cliches, it's just like, sometimes you can Sometimes you can do everything right. You know, you can be on time. You can give. You can suggest. You can do the best you can to be there. Be reliable. And somehow the plan that perhaps you had, or what you may have envisioned and even shared with others or another, doesn't go that way. And so a lot of times we're forced to embrace the moment and either keep it pushing or dwell on it, and that sort of depends on the individual. I've learned in the past 3 years, with highlighting, that phrase of, man, everything happens for a reason. It's like, that phrase must have been something that was developed to, prepare those who may experience unexpected events. And, I think maybe some of us, may be quicker to look on the brighter side than others when something like that happens. Others may be, maybe quicker to see, the negative side of an unexpected event or something of that nature. But, I just have learned that if it truly, like, for instance, if you're watching this video, pinch yourself. Pinch yourself. No, for real, I'm serious. Pinch yourself. I'm gonna keep this here. Thank you. Hopefully you're pinching yourself. This means you're still here. Still here. So it's like, it's gotta be for a reason. And although we can't, so one of my favorite movies is called Stand and Deliver. It's about a teacher who gets hired at a bilingual school to teach math, and the faculty, for the most part, are just trying to get the students through the year. It's an impoverished neighborhood. Students are going through more than the average bear, if you will. And so here comes this guy who he's hired to do one thing, and he sees something else in the students, despite even their disposition toward him, and where they currently were academically, and even regarding what the school or faculty hired him to teach. He saw something more beautiful in that group. Their intelligence, them being able to see the best in themselves and act accordingly. And so the teacher goes to the powers that be and in so many words, without spilling the beans, perhaps if you rewind this video, you go back and see what I said the name of the movie is. But he presents to the faculty that he'd like to teach them calculus, which you may know is a higher form of mathematics. And so, basically he's like, I like to take them to a level they never thought they see themselves. And the response to him, by the faculty was basically, he's crazy. And he had to stand on his intuition of, which would be my next point, great transition, which would be my second thing that I've learned in the last 3 years, follow your intuition. But he had to stand on his intuition and go with what he felt he was being impressed to bring to the light he felt impressed to bring to the darkness that was saturating that school set. But yeah, if you get an opportunity to go see that movie, I brought that up though because in a sense that everything happens for a reason, and nothing is a coincidence. When you watch the end of that movie, at a certain part of that movie, he's in the car with one of his students. His student's having some kind of emergency issue, and he ends up in the car with his student and to teach him a lesson. And so he's going real fast up the street, and he makes a sharp left or right, and they end up at a dead end. And so he tells the student, he says, I may be misquoting, but in so many words, this is what he said. Everyone sees the turn. So, when it gets turbulent, and when things are uncertain, everybody sees the cut, the short, go this way, go that way from it. Nobody sees the road up ahead. Nobody knows what's so for some, they'll get out of that, keep going, keep moving forward and stick with what you're doing. Others will want to take that that risk to go right or left, but nobody, all we see is the turn when things are rocky. Nobody sees the road ahead. You take the meat, go away the bone, but everything happens for a reason though. The second thing I was saying in transition, on the three things that I've learned in the last 3 years, will be follow your intuition. When you feel like something's for you, so you feel like you should do something, even when you're uncertain, but you can sort of kind of envision, man, this could, perhaps lead to something dope. It's like, I feel like we get some kind of sign in the beginning, of an idea or an interaction, perhaps with somebody. And at the same time, there's perhaps always, signs telling us to, the red flags, but, there are a lot of memes and quotes out there, like, some call it this, some call it that, some call it intuition, some call it God, some call it Yah, some call it this, that, energy. All I'm saying is follow it. But yeah, you go with that energy, because ancient writings tell us that, the heart can be deceitful. And so sometimes, if our heart is, coming from an emotional place, then sometimes we can make certain decisions that, although those emotions are temporary, the decision may be permanent if coming from an emotional place. And so, our ancestors, encourage us to not conform. When you break those that word up into two, is con and form. Con is like, getting fooled. The other one is form. It's like, do not conform. It's like, do not, form. Do not be formed by the con. Do not be shaped by foolishness. But to be transformed. How? So that means, to do something different, do something new than what's perhaps come before, or what's now, or what other people may be even saying is coming up. Like, often do something new just means do truly what's you, truly who you are. But be transformed. We're supposed to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. And that just means, to work on ourselves. So in 2019, I had a couple of events that, occurred in my life that led to, it's interesting because it's right before the pandemic, and, working on this and working on that, and it led me to a place of, in-depth work on me, and perhaps, as I continue to upload videos, I'll get an opportunity to, to share some of those things. But some of those things that, sort of led me to a place of doing some work in some other areas. But yeah, when we seek to, feed our minds with, positive affirmations, rather, or, have people in our lives that, can help to, maybe have an encouraging word on days we may not be feeling like ourselves or our best. That helps. But let's see. As a recap, I said 3 things I've learned. Nothing is a coincidence, aka everything happens for a reason, which helps us to accept things as they are. I used to do some coaching, still do now, but when I first started coaching, I was introduced to this prayer, and in the latter part of the prayer, it says, please help me to accept the things I cannot change. And there's another part to it, but that's probably the most potent part. Help me accept the things I can't change. If I can accept what is, especially if I had no direct, even though it may have an impact of some sort on me, if allowed, but if something occurs and it's out of my control, help me accept that, regardless of how I may feel about it, or how someone else may want me to feel about it. So that's one. Everything happens for a reason, and when we take that in, that helps us to accept a little bit better. Another thing is follow your intuition. Follow your intuition in the sense of, when you feel like you should do this or do that, or go this way or go that way, or when you feel like this person may be good for you, you go with that. You know, you stay true to you and who you are. You know, and at the same time, if you feel like a person may be playing with you, messing with your emotions. The thing about it is love, which is patient and kind. Love is supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be rude. It's not rude. Love is not rude. It's not disrespectful. So follow your intuition. It's not love. You don't feel like love. Call it what it is. And that's in any arena. That's personal, business, stranger, family, friend. You know, follow what it feel like. You know, because at the end of the day, all we really remember is how we were made to feel. You know, we may forget what people say. We may forget exactly what happened, what was done. But our emotions have an intelligence of their own. Perhaps that's another video I could do. But just in the, I'm in the beginning stages of this, so y'all bear with me. I appreciate you. If you're still watching this video, make sure you like the video, share, and subscribe. Please understand that as you can see, I'm again out here in nature, just believing that there's something that perhaps I have to share that will positively impact someone that may have come across my page or may already be subscribed to the page. Again, if you're just coming across my page or this video, welcome. I appreciate you sticking with me. If you have already been subscribed, and also I'm grateful, on the real, grateful for you also. If you came across this video, you're still watching, if you like the video, leave a brother a comment, share the video, and if you also still watching. Last thing. Life goes on. May not. There's a song that says, I just can't give up now. Come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me the road would be easy, and I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. So what does that mean to me? It just means that my creator wouldn't allow anything to occur within my vicinity, and I believe this is true for you. There's nothing that would occur in your life that you couldn't handle. As I said, pinch yourself. Even those moments that already hurt, you're still here. So it's like, okay, bad. This is what it is. Life goes on, life must go on. And, I believe everybody's doing their best. I know you're doing your best, especially if you're still watching this video. doing your best to show love to your boy, and also, perhaps grab some jewels that can help you in your own life, hopefully throughout the rest of the week, and have some conversations moving forward. I'm not going to hold you guys too much longer. Again, welcome. If you're just coming across this video, thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, share this with a friend. Again, my name is Omega McBride, and last 3 points, 3 things I've learned throughout the last 3 years. 1, nothing is a coincidence. 2, follow your intuition. And 3, still here. Able to pinch yourself, you feel it. Still watching this video. As will occur when this video is done. Life goes on. The road may not be easy. Nobody said it would be. So, due to that, continue to try your best. Best of blessings. Continue courageously.